Oko shepi and then G, le kushile kwa sa. Oshepi, fly by your man there. It is late. I never. We no go sit down the look. Make them go rebel our girls. Everybody, we rise up. We no fighting, we just up. No be so. No be so. We gonna share every day. People just go. So family was white back Fulanis. So Jackie boy used to call them terrorists. We touch them the canoe, you go cause war. We touch it on the bow, you go cause war. Makana Prugo no Nanga Wanelua. Hang when you find what another. It's not the time we go change up for them. Change up for them, tell them we know this of when you go Kulia Poku Apakuya. They might not say Apayo. Igbo people have been marginalized. IPOBs have been brutalized. We no go sit down there.
Purchase your tracks today.
Make them come kill all of us. We no go sit down there. Look. We no take our life. We no go sit down there. Look. Make them stop the house like us. We no go sit down there. Look. Make them come rebel our girls.
Purchase your tracks today.
Instead of up, they take us down. Instead of right, they take us left. Buru the change. They promise to change, but we don't see the change. Why you don't let Biafra go? Are you not tired of killing them? There's not the time we go send up for them. Send up for them, tell them we don't be zombie. We no go sit down there, look. Make them go kill all of us. We no go sit down there, look. Make them go check our wallet. We no go sit down there, look. Make them float our house like us. We no go sit down there, look. Make them go rebel our girls.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening, fellow Biafrans. I want to welcome you this evening to this wonderful edition. I promised I was coming live later today, and I want to say welcome to the program. I'm not going to waste much of your time. I want to allow people to call in. The number is on the screen: 38 plus 39 388 177 9665, and I'll be talking about the referendum, which is the reason why we are agitating for Biafra restoration. The process in which Biafra would be restored, which is the democratic referendum process. And what the enemy is trying to do is to see how they can deny us, that possibility. So as the issue of the leader of IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu release continues to rage, we must continue to remind them that our demand for referendum cannot change. Our position have not changed on our demand for referendum. And that is why I want Biafrans to call into this program and express their feelings, tell us how they feel about the raging issues, what is going on, and let us also discuss, what people are expecting from us at this point in time. We cannot, for any reason, step back from the demand for referendum. So that is why I'm making this program this evening, to remind our people that our demand for referendum have not changed and cannot change. If definitely our leader will be released, and the issue of referendum cannot be put out of the table. That is what we want to talk about this evening, because every attempt is being made to see that the Biafran people are denied that possibility to decide if they still want to remain in Nigeria or not. Guys, I'm really sorry, there is a mistake with the phone number on the screen, which I'm going to try to I have to find a way to correct that. The number is plus 3938817796665, not 9666. So please, I'm going to try my best to see if I can modify that and make sure that it is corrected indefinitely. Please bear with me. I'm going to work on that and see how I can correct the number on the screen, please. Okay, plus 3938817796665. I think that has been corrected now. Please, if you want to, you can share this program, invite your friends, and call into the program. We are talking about the demand for referendum. Let me put the number again on the comment section for those of you who are saying give us the number. Plus 3938817796665. Only WhatsApp call. WhatsApp calls only. WhatsApp calls, please. WhatsApp call, please, guys. So that is the number. So I'm putting the number right there. You can also we are also on YouTube, streaming live on YouTube. You can also watch on YouTube on Patrick Ikem channel on YouTube. We are live on Biafra television. So please, guys, the number is on the screen. Don't tell me, oh, put the number on the screen, because the number is already on the screen. And we are talking about referendum. This is the reason why people took bullet. This is the reason why we march all the streets of Europe. This is the reason we march all over the world. A very simple demand for referendum to decide if we are going to remain in Nigeria or not. And that is why I'm hosting this program this evening, so that our people can have that opportunity, to at least once in a lifetime make this important decision of their life. Because having evaluated the situation of Nigeria and the direction the zoo have gone so far, it is very, very important and imperative that our people decide which direction to go. I think we have a caller. Hold on, caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. Good evening. Please turn down the volume of your listening device. Please turn down the volume of your listening device, please. Yes, good evening, Maz. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Maz. I'm just listening. I just went into the program and I overheard the topic which you're about to discuss today, which is a very nice topic, actually. I think the move of the plan, the same plan of the zoo government to grant amnesty to our leader, is a kind of plan to scatter all our plans, But I think it is now left for the leadership of IPOB to do the needful and reject that plan. Because we did not, I don't know how Wazirike, or is it Bazurike Amechi, and the other Igbo group leaders that went to see the president, the zoo president in Abuja. I don't know how they concluded and how they went to that kind of decision. So I think they are not speaking for Biafra. This is the time the IPOB leadership should rise and tell them our real demand. That what we really want is referendum. Though we know that we need our leader also. With the life of our leader is very important to us. But as well, we have lost, many people have lost for this restoration of Biafra. Many people have been killed. So coming at this point in time to, a kind of suspend for the main thing that we are, that is the main focus of this or something is something that we will not take easy. So I think the leadership of our IPOB, just like as you are trying to do now, should do something and do the needful and make a kind of
well, Mazi, there have not been any official statement coming from any quarter talking about amnesty, because you can only give an amnesty to somebody who have committed a crime. The leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have not committed any crime, and the issue of amnesty hasn't come on the table as far as we are concerned. The demand for the Igbo leaders who went to see the man in Aso Rock, the demand is very simple: the unconditional release of the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was the demand that was made. I didn't see them negotiating for amnesty. I didn't hear them negotiating or demanding for amnesty. What the leaders, what those elders did was making a demand. They were pleading, which is a normal position of every father to plead on behalf of their son.
Yeah.
So,
of course, they were pleading with condition.
Yeah, but if there were conditions for amnesty, it had not been officially stated. But the demand for the people of Biafra is very simple: that we cannot, for any reason, trade our demand for referendum for anything whatsoever. Mazi, go ahead.
Exactly. So that is exactly what we are saying. Because from what I heard that day, I think Mr. Mbazurike Amechi promised him that if Nandi comes out, that he should hand over our leader to him, that he, Mbazurike, is pleading on his behalf, that he will never say what he has been saying. What is that thing that he has been saying that he will never say again? This is the area, this is the very point and the area that I'm talking about. The area, that thing he's saying that they don't want him to say again is that Biafrans want referendum. That we want referendum to decide if we want to stay in Nigeria or not. Is that what the Nigerian government want us to stop saying? Is that
well, Mazimba Zurike did not state categorically clear what he wants the leader of IPOB to stop saying. He hasn't made it very clear. So until he makes it very clear, then we will not be able to respond or be able to talk about what we should be saying. Because it's not only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who is saying, every Biafran is saying, every Biafran is talking. So you might choose to ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stop speaking. What about every other Biafran? Will you stop everybody from stop speaking?
That's the point. That's the point we're saying now. So, let us assume that the Fulani is just trying to. The zoo government is just trying to use this.
No, like I said, Mazi, that the Igbo leaders have given the Nigerian government, this APC Buhari or whatever who in Aso Rock, a soft landing on the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu extraordinary rendition from Kenya. It was a soft landing because so far they have proved that they don't even have any case in the first place. But to save them from the disgrace and the embarrassment, the Igbo leaders have choose to, like give them that soft landing so that the shame and the disgrace for APC and Buhari will be less. That is what that is the reality. So what the idea of the man in Aso Rock saying that he will consider it is just like a kind of but in their heart of heart they know that they have already lost that fight. They have already lost the battle.
Exactly.
So they understand the position they found themselves, that it is not an easy position. They needed also to be rescued because they have become an embarrassment to the global community. The extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have become a very big embarrassment that somehow they needed to rescue themselves. And that is why I've been telling the Chief Judge, Binta Iyako, to rescue herself from the case, because she has shown lack of capacity to handle the case of the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But what is important right now is the freedom of our leader. And if our leader comes out tomorrow and decide that he's no longer going to say what he has been saying and decide to retire from the struggle, he has already set the template for Biafrans. He had already set the motion for us to follow. We don't have to put everything on the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to do everything for us. He has done everything that is needed to be done for Biafran. And if tomorrow he comes out and say, my people, I have tried my best, I can no longer say what I used to say, it is left for Biafrans to continue with the struggle. He has put up the structure, and it is our duty to maintain that structure. Mazi, thank you for calling. Let me respond to another caller. Hello, caller. Welcome. Good evening, and welcome to the program.
Hello.
Can you please speak? Can you please speak up? Biafrans are listening. Welcome to the program.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I greet you, Biafrans. Mazi Patrick, I want to ask a question before I say what I want to say.
Yeah, go ahead and ask your question.
Please, yes, there is this one of our brothers. He came on live program today, and he was trying to analyze one paper. That paper is from a company, purportedly from a company that has an agreement with IPOB, Radio Biafra, I think so.
Yes.
I think the company, I don't know if you have seen that paper, right?
I haven't seen any paper. Go ahead.
Okay, so the paper read that the contract between Radio Biafra and the company is going to be ending in 2 months' time.
Okay.
So the guy was insinuating that it is possible that the leadership of IPOB, he showed the photo of Mazi Chikedozem and one other person, I think that must be China Sanworu, that these guys are trying to round up IPOB and just end it, because that paper is going to be, ending in 2 months' time. So I was trying to call on Radio Biafra today and ask about that paper. My problem is, how did that guy, how do these guys on the media, these noise makers, how do they get hold of papers like that? How did it leak? How did they get a hold of it? Like, something like the contract between it was a message from the company that, look, our contract is going to be expiring in 2 months' time. You have to do this, do that. You understand what I'm saying? So how did that guy get a hold of that paper?
How they got a hold of it?
Yes.
Yeah, the thing there is that our people easily forget. Our people easily forget that at some point we have a deputy who also is signatory to that radio Radio Biafra, who is no longer with us. So all you need to do now is to use your tongue to count your teeth. So asking where how the paper came about could also be yes, because the company still recognizes him as a signatory to Radio Biafra. But notwithstanding, from my best of knowledge, every issue that has to do with Radio Biafra have been settled, because I also asked questions and I've been told that every issue that has to do with Radio Biafra contract and the registering or whatever have been taken care of. So whatever you're seeing now that is not coming from the leadership, don't take it serious. It's just rumor, and we consider it rumor until further notice. Mazi, do you have any other question?
Yes, not question. I just have something to say.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Biafrans, please, I want to tell us something about sabotage. Sabotage is not only when somebody comes to radio or Facebook to say Mazenam the can is a thief, IPOB is this, IPOB is a criminal organization, IPOB is a terrorist. That is not only sabotage. Is when somebody, whether the person is praising you, but the person knowingly or unknowingly did something that can jeopardize what you are doing. Like many of the things we are seeing on Facebook today, counter order and all this. That thing is sabotage. So when we call those people saboteurs, it is not just calling people saboteurs for the name's sake, no. Because that is what they are actually doing. They are sabotaging the efforts of the struggle. And their aim is to hijack, when we say hijack, people will hijack the struggle. When they hijack it, they are not just going to destroy it. No, they are going to use it to negotiate what they themselves want. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let me use the former Biafra struggle as an example. After Ojukwu, at the end of the war, the people who took over the leadership of the Biafran territory and they used the issue of Biafra to negotiate were the people that betrayed Ojukwu. Are you getting my point? After the Ogoni,
I don't know if my network is okay. Because I'm controlling and I'm seeing that there is a breakage in transmission. But just give me a while, Mazi, because you are making a very big point here. But I want you to give me. Yes. So yes. So Mazi, can you please go ahead?
Okay. Let me start from the issue of Biafra.
Yes.
Of the issue of hijacking. When people hijack a struggle like IPOB, God forbid, they are not just going to destroy it like these people trying to hijack IPOB. They are not just going to destroy it and hijack it and say everybody go home. No, they are going to hijack it and then use it to negotiate what they want, maybe for their political gain or something like the issue of Biafra after the war. The people who took over and negotiated our future were those who stood against Ojukwu. In the issue of Ogoni, the people who negotiated after Ken Saro-Wiwa was killed, the people who took over and still negotiating on behalf of the Niger Delta people today and the Ogoni people are those who betrayed Ken Saro-Wiwa and the Ogoni 8. Are you getting my point?
Mm-hmm.
This has always been a method of the oppressors, even in the time of Jesus Christ. After his death, you understand what I'm saying? After his death, somebody like Paul, Apostle Paul, who was a staunch hater of the message of Jesus Christ, became his disciple, converted to his disciple after he died. And then it was Paul what is running IPOB is discipline and C&C. So what they needed to do was just to introduce indiscipline into IPOB. This was exactly what Paul did. Paul told the Jews that you no longer need to obey the laws that you are now covered by the grace of Jesus, that you no longer need to obey the law. But all other disciples that Jesus Christ recruited by himself still kept the law until Paul came. So this is what they do. They introduce indiscipline into what you are doing. And then once you have a divided opinion, like what happened with Kensarawiwa and Yokonis, they introduced indiscipline. They became two groups immediately. And then there was no leadership to control what people were doing. And then one of the groups killed some elders, on the land. And the Nigerian government used it to nail Ken Saro-Wiwa. So this is what these guys are pushing to gain in IPOB. They want everybody to be on autopilot, where you no longer have control, so that people can go into the street and kill people and commit crimes in the name of Nnamdi Kanu, so that the government can use it as an evidence against him. So our people must be very careful. Don't let anybody use your emotion. You have to use your brain. What controls IPOB is C and discipline. If you are not disciplined, you are going to crash. If you are on autopilot, you are going to crash. This is why IPOB has a leadership that must be followed and obeyed. Thank you, Biafrans.
Thank you very much. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. Stay on the line.
Okay.
Yes. So you've said a lot of things, and we understand you 100%. But one thing I can tell you is that we have gone through more difficult situations where people in the past have also tried to introduce their own ideology into IPOB. We've gone through situations where even principal officers at the Directorate of State level try to go against the ethics of our struggle. But what made it different was that they came out very clear to state their position, that they were against the IPOB ideology, that they were against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that they had issues with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a person. But what we have today is a situation where people are, I believe that these things have been studied over time, and they came to realize that anytime you come against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu personality, anytime you have a coalition with him, all the experiments over the years have shown that people who tried it in the past have not succeeded. So what happened is that a new strategy was developed to anchor their ulterior motive on the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They anchor their ulterior motive, their agenda on that name, because they know that as long as you continue to profess the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Biafrans will accept you. And when you've seen the strategy as well, they try to fine-tune the way they speak, like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They try to use his words, the phrases he used, his words. They try to even make their voice sound like the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they understand that this is the only way to get into the emotions of Biafrans. So everything they try to do, it is a well worked out strategy, as such that, because for you to be able to control the sheep, you must be able to get the attribute of the shepherd. Because the sheep knows their shepherd. But if you can communicate to them in the way the shepherd communicates to them, it is easy for you to control them. So when you hear them use the name of Elohim to talk to Biafrans, because Biafrans have become used to that name, Elohim and Chukwokika Biama, because these are the words that their leader used. These are the characteristics of how the leaders speak. They try to pour their emotion. Even sometimes they even cry while they are talking on when they are communicating, to be able to sell that emotion, to be able to buy the conscience and the feelings of the Biafran people. But I can tell you that this is going to be the last time we are going to have such a situation, because the gatekeepers are alert, and they are working 24 hours to make sure that we continue to let our people understand that you cannot be against us if you are with us.
Yes.
If you cannot be against us, even the Bible says that he that is with me cannot be against me. If you want to be under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you must, as a matter of fact, obey his principles. Because like I said earlier in the day, that you have a lot of people today who have opened churches. You see this same attitude even in the religion sectors as well, where people bury all kind of things in their altar, but they still shout the name of Jesus. Because it is only through that name of Jesus that they can attract the congregation.
Yes.
So what you see is a situation where people are shouting the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to draw the congregation, despite the fact that they have buried human head in their altar. They have used, they have ulterior motive. When you also look at the religious sector today, people with ulterior motive are shouting the name of Jesus. Just like you see people also shouting the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they know that anytime you say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a madman, Biafrans will come after you.
Yes.
So they have to profess that they are with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but we are here to lecture our people that you should not, just like the Bible also told you, that you should not follow the words, but by the example that they set. You understand what I'm saying? So anybody who is telling you that he's with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but against the principles of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then the person is not with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. And for people, and for our people who are looking for who is among the 100 men and who is not among, let me tell you what that 100 men means. That 100 men will not come out on social media and tell you I am 1 in 10 or I am one of them. The 100 men that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking about is the few who will persevere to the end, the few who endure till the end. You know, if you check the parable of this parable where a warrior took his warriors to the stream and tested them by asking them to drink from the stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the 100 men represent the few who will stay till the end, who will endure till the end. The 100 men is not somebody coming out from somewhere, I'm Odogo, I am this. No, the 100 men are those few people who will endure to the end when the shaft is removed from the wheat. You know, when the sheep is separated from the goat. Those who remain are that 100 men that Mazi is talking about, not people who will jump out and say, I am the 100 men don't know themselves. We don't know who will endure to the end and who will not endure to the end. The 100 men are those who endure this pain to the end and don't give up. Thank you, Biafra.
Yeah,
God bless you, Mazi.
The truth of the matter is that when we saw in the Bible, when men were taken to the Bible story, when men were chosen to go to the battlefield, those men didn't choose themselves. It was through a process that God revealed to Saul how he will be leading the process. So you don't have to come out and choose yourself and say, I'm part of it. It is true that if you go through, just like you said, if you are able to pass the exam, you will be chosen. Mazi, thank you for let's take another call. Thank you for your contribution. Hello, caller. Oh, the caller is gone. Please call back call back. The caller is gone. I wanted to pick, but he left. So we have callers who are calling in. But our discussion for today is our demand for referendum. Our demand for referendum. Our demand for referendum cannot stop. So we are here to also get views and also get thoughts from our people, from Biafrans. That is why the number is open, the line is open. And by the way, we'll be having a program tomorrow, hopefully. We have constituted a panel of interaction, an interactive panel of what's going on, the present Biafra situation. So we'll be having panel of people who will be coming by 9 p.m. tomorrow to talk to Biafrans. The line also will be open for contributions. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. Good evening from here.
Mazi Patrick Ikem. Good morning over here.
Good evening.
I'm Chisom Ejike.
Okay, Chisom, welcome to the program.
Yeah. This is our brother that just speak now. He has the day come up in your program. I say something about this Radio Biafra that they give notice on 26th of this month. After I spoke in your radio, I went to Jonathan's site. Jonathan said there is nothing like that. They say 26th of this month, and where I had it, it's in I don't want to be mentioning the name.
Yeah, go ahead, Bazi.
But what I had that day, he brought a paper showing that it's 26th of this month. Then what I'm watching now, when it reach 26th of this month, I believe this week we have entered new week where I am now. When it reach that 26th, if nothing like that, I will know that there is no problem. And the Mazi Jonathan told me clearly that Radio Biafra has no problem. But I have checked. Even in anywhere they have contracts, they can't just terminate your contract where you did not do anything bad. You are paying your dues. You are doing everything. You cannot just come out and give notice. Where you give notice is where they are owing. And which I believe that Radio Biafra are not owing. The people are taking care of Radio Biafra are not joking with it. So I think that should be a very big propaganda.
Yeah, Mazi, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have already told us that anything you do not hear on Radio Biafra should not be taken seriously. But yes. The problem with our people is that they go about searching for news all over the place. If Radio Biafra has issues, you will hear the announcement on Radio Biafra, because there is nothing we are hiding. We are whiter than white and whiter than snow. So at the end of the day, anybody who is carrying any white paper around, would definitely be proved wrong at the end of the day. So do not, like I said, until you hear it from the official source, don't take it serious. Don't take it serious.
Yes,
what you see it is the wish of the enemy that the Radio Biafra should stop broadcasting. That is the wish of the enemy. And that is why they continue to discourage our people. Say, don't go to Radio Biafra. That place that they gossip for them. This is a Radio Biafra that our leader over time have commended. Everything that our leader have commended, they have tried to destroy. Everything our leader have built, they have tried to destroy. That is to tell you that at the end of the day, you don't have to just focus on what they say. Also look at their character, their attitude. Because if you love me, you keep to my commandment. That is what the Bible says. Anybody who loves Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will keep to his commandment. Thank you very much, Mazi, for that contribution. Do you have something else to say, or you have any question?
guys, I have something to say in terms of the referendum.
Yes.
In the referendum, that is our stance. That is our stance. And as you earlier said, that the leaders, those people that are talking that as IPOB leadership came and canceled the seat at home, the 5-day seat at home, said that the elder and the clergymen and the monarch in Biafra land said they should give them time, that they will discuss how to bring Nnamdi Kanu out, which is our leader. So the impostor there answer them. So I think that these people now should cover their face with shame. These people now should cover their face with shame, because the IPOB leadership has given these people that benefit of doubt, and they have gone, and every person see what they happen. Everybody see what they did from Asura that very day. They went. They are not like the politicians that we say we do it in a political way. Person like Ekweremadu have been speaking that word since the day Nnamdi Kanu were kidnapped today, and they have never made a move. But these people have made a move. From 10th, they brought Nnamdi Kanu to court. Yesterday or the day before, it's the 18th or 19th. They have made a move. So we will not sit there and start to condemn them. They're supposed to cover their face with shame that the IPOB leadership has done something that has never been. Should come to court in Abuja that day. And we see them. Even SND in Garki, we see all of them there. No matter that they did not allow them to go, but they came out. And the sun were beating our people. The sun still beating them again. That is that proverb that they used to say. Sun when they beat prisoner, still they beat the water. I do you understand? Still they beat the water. So these people should cover their face with shame. And our people that are going to their platform, I keep on saying it. When you go comment in their platform, you are promoting them. When you are watching them, you are promoting them. Disease from them, they are leprosy. Disease from them, they are HIV. Disease from them, they are Ebola. Disease from them, they are COVID. Their sickness is killed. Every people should deceive from them. And you will see that they will fall completely. In a no time, they will fall. Because what they are, if minus IPOB, who will you go and hold? If we allow them to the politicians that are killing us, where will you go? Is it the great men? So every person should do what? Should understand what is going on. We stand in that referendum. Any agreement they are doing today, we stand in that referendum. They should give us that political will. It's referendum. Referendum is when they say political will. Many of us don't understand what it means. Referendum is among the political decision. It's among the political statements that we will need in our own. Power belongs to the people, and they must do what we ask them to do. Because our leader has opened our eye. As you said, our leader has finished every work. It lies for us to stand and defend what we want. And we must defend it.
Mazi, thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution. The line is still open. I would like to address certain comments, because as you are calling in, as you are commenting, I'm also going through them. And Callistus Okechukwu said, Patrick, those are the leadership of the struggle presently are not getting it right. You should stop supporting evil, please. Callistus Okechukwu, from the day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stepped up to this challenge, from the day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu picked up the microphone and started talking about Biafra, people like you have been saying that he is not getting it right. People have been saying, oh, we like what he's doing, but we don't like how he's doing it. So the likes of Callistus Okechukwu were the people who were also criticizing, castigating the law of IPOB, saying that they like what he's doing, but they don't, just like they have also now come down to the leadership, the Directorate of State. The same attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was facing while he was out with us, and the same attack the leadership is facing. So how do you now separate that? So Kalisu Okechukwu, we have seen people like you who never see anything good in what others are doing. You have never even seen anything good in what Mazen Nnamdi have done so far. So how can you see anything good in what the leadership that he set up is doing? So it is natural that you do not see anything in what they are doing. Neither will you see anything good in what I'm doing. But the truth is, the leadership of IPOB have been very, very faithful. Every move they make is for the interest of Biafrans. It doesn't necessarily mean you must like it. The leadership of IPOB is not making steps. They are not doing things for your own appraisal. They are doing it for the interest of the struggle and interest of Biafrans. You don't necessarily have to like them. You don't necessarily have to like what they are doing. But what is important is they are working for Biafrans in the right direction, because you have your own view as well that they are not working in the right direction. And me, Patrick Ikem, is telling you that they are working in the right direction. So what is evil about me having a different view from yours, Kalistus Okechukwu? What is different? Why should it be evil for me to support the leadership that you are against? What is evil about it? So if I support the leadership that you are against, I become evil. It's laughable for me. It is completely unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. You know, so I'll be reading out your comment. I'll be reading out your comment. Wise Part says, see how robust you are looking. Thank you very much. Just like our old member collector to betray the struggle simply is really showing on how fat your face is looking. This is why you are supporting evil, but with disgrace out of the Part Wise. Yes, I know you used to follow me, and when you see how robust I'm looking, is because I'm comfortable. I do not need any support from anybody. And if anybody have ever given me support financially and otherwise, the person should come forward and make that declaration. You know, so you coming out to say that I'm looking robust because I'm getting financial support from whoever is completely, you know, is part of, you know, the comments that we see on Facebook or the, so it's no longer a news that they are paying you. I'm the one contributing. I'm the one spending money to keep my data, to keep me online for the job of Biafra restoration. And the Wise Part, your own duty is just to go from one comment section to another commenting. You have not been able to bring proof of your own contribution outside making comment on social media. So people like you should also roll out your program, come and educate Biafrans on things they need to know. So it's just unfortunate that you can only comment, because that is where your power ends. Your power ends in comment section. You cannot do what some of us are doing. You cannot stand and hold a broadcast for 30 minutes. If you can do that, I challenge you to come forward and do that. So for me, I'm not hungry, so I don't need any support from anybody. I am well off on my own. I don't have to say it, but I can tell you that I'm comfortable on my own. So I don't need anybody to pay me to do the work of Biafra or to support anybody. So as far as I'm concerned, I have said it over and over again that the leadership of IPOB would continue to work stronger, because people like us are standing with them. That is what made the difference. What made the difference in the Biafra struggle is that the leadership of IPOB have the backing of people that matters in this struggle. So you can do your gossip all you like. It doesn't matter. It is the duty of any gossiping is part of human nature. We all gossip. So, but what is important is that we have dominated the media over the years and we understand what the leadership is doing. It is our duty to continue to educate you, because our duty have always been to educate you. Because you haven't learned nothing. So you have given us extra job to do by continuously educating you, by continuously bringing you back to where you should be, because you have shown practically that you haven't grown. You haven't grown to the point where you can even read in between the line. And for many of you who are fighting against the leadership of IPOB, for the purpose of clarity, are not even, some of you are not even an IPOB. Some of you are members of IPOB just for the body's sake. Your body is in IPOB, but your spirit is outside to the world. Just like you also have in the churches, where people come to church for body present. They come there to show their Christmas cloth. That is what many of you are. You are in IPOB to show your Christmas cloth, but your spirit is not there. So I think I've been able to address that issue by Callistus Okechukwu and his likes, and also wise part, who think that I will turn around to fight against the leadership of IPOB that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have instituted to work and help us, give us direction in this struggle for Biafra restoration. I think we have a caller. Hello, caller. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Patrick.
Yes, welcome to the program. Can you please tell us your name? Even though I know who is talking, but it's important that Biafrans know who is talking. Introduce yourself.
Mazi, this is Charles speaking.
You're welcome to the program, Mazi Charles. Go ahead.
What I want you to understand is, if you're looking through, I don't know how many comments you want to respond to.
Yeah, like Charles, I said, calls, I'll be taking calls. I'll be also responding to comments. I will respond to both positive and negative. It doesn't matter. But what is important is we are talking about the referendum for Biafra restoration, which we cannot move away from. So if you have anything to talk about the referendum, you can make your point. If you also have questions to ask, you can go ahead. Go ahead, Charlie.
You know me, I don't really have much questions. I should be the one sometimes answering questions, but then I just want to comment on the issue of the people who went to see the presidency the other day, and I just want to say thank you to the elders who went. That has shown a great example from them. Is their gesture, is what we ask of them, but the fact they went to plead does not entirely represent what we stand for, our principles as IPOB. Of course, they've done that in their own capacity as an outside, let's say, members of the movement itself, which we have no negative thought about their gesture, but like I narrated in my
Charlie, I don't know if your voice is coming clear, but Biafrans need to indicate if your voice is coming clear. But if you could add a little strength and energy, it will go a long way to help us. Go ahead. And you're speaking.
Okay, yeah, I was saying that the elders who went to speak to the presidency, I said I commend their effort, but then them going to plead is totally against what we represent, because one is to plead and another thing is to ask the director if he sent anybody to plead on his behalf, because what IPOB is asking is that the rule of law should take place, rule of law should represent whatever be the opinion of IPOB at large. So I want people to understand that this period in the face of Nigeria is a very trial period. Their democracy is at stake. Of course, they've not represented democracy since the inception of Nigeria. But at this time, at this point in time, that is a window, and that window is open to scrutinize how Nigeria has been going about their lawlessness. So it is, they are left with no chance or no other choice but to adhere to that rule of law. That is why the United States Secretary of State came to Nigeria to charge them specifically to adhere to the rule of law. So anybody begging that director should be released, I had a rumor about amnesty, whatever, all those things they're trash talk. Director is not interested, and I don't think a person like him will cede to amnesty because he hasn't committed any offense known to law. Our request remains that he should be vindicated. He should be given total freedom unconditionally, and he should be allowed to remain where he chooses, and then compensation should follow immediately after his release. So there is nothing like amnesty, there is nothing like director accepting that somebody pleaded when he has committed no crime known to man. So I want our people to bear this in mind, that the elders went there, yes, they went there to, do what what they felt is right for them to do as elders. But as long as rule of law is concerned, as long as democracy is concerned, the director has committed no offense known to man, and that was why they've not been able to try him in all the court appearances that is made, and that is why they're using all this dilemma to buy time, because if they have a case against them, I know Nigeria will expedite every process to persecute him and send him to prison. So the reason why the U.S. envoy demanded that they should uphold the rule of law was the fact that one person will demand for somebody to be held perpetually under detention without access to his right or his legal counsels to represent him in the capacity that the person deems fit for him. So this has lingered for a very long time, and the international community is very, very interested, I can tell you this. For that matter, they also charge the ECOWAS members of state as a committee that should oversee the issues relating to boundary issues and democracy at large in Africa. They were charged to sit up to their obligations. You understand? I want us to begin to understand that at this point in time, Nigeria government is caught up in a corner where they have no choice but to adhere by force, by fire, to the obligations which is charged on them as per the rule of law. And again, you will notice that Barrister Ejimako had announced that
a high court had ordered that there should be no military presence within the court premises anytime there is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case comes up. There was a reason for that. And all these things it comes with this momentum, it comes with this charge obligations of the Nigerian judicial system to discharge, the constitutional right of every individual to access the rule of law, democracy. You understand? So this, I want our people to bear this in mind. You understand? Because I know our people, they might start throwing their emotions. Oh, we want him anyhow, even if he has to plead. No. Director is so educated and is so wise. After all, you've had a rumor before that he was asked to, take probably to just leave, or don't say, to leave. But he decided he's going to go through a judicial process to come out of there, and I'm sure he will maintain that stand.
Thank you, Charles, for your contribution. You talked about the elders, and what the elders have done is what elders are supposed to do in a situation where we find ourselves today. It is the elders' responsibility to talk with the tune of peace. It is the responsibility of elders to talk with the tune of calming the situation down. You don't expect the elders to talk like youth or young people. So what you've seen the elders do is in their own way of reaching a compromise. So while it is our duty, we have a duty to continue to remind the world of our demand, which we are talking about here, referendum for Biafra. So while the elders are busy with their own discussion on how they think things should be done, we also have an obligation to continue with the agitation for Biafra restoration. So all this effort and energy must be put together and be directed rightly. Because even if we go out and kill ourselves, even if we finish the zoo today and kill everybody in the zoo, we're still going to come back on the negotiation table. So our people need to understand this point. Mazi Charles, I want to say thank you very much for that contribution.
You're welcome.
Except you have another question.
I just want to plead with you to, I know you're out to deal with every questions, but
yes,
be mindful of you being aggravated, having in mind that there are a lot of propagandists, a lot of people.
No, but Mazi, you know me that I don't take offense at all. I don't take offense. I address every issue accordingly. If these issues, comments are necessary, I don't take offense because I understand the feelings of our people. But I have a responsibility to address them and redirect them. That you don't have to fight your leadership to make a point. All your leadership needs from you is support. Because all of us are leaders in this struggle. Don't look at yourself as a follower. We are all leaders in this struggle, and everybody have a contribution to make. Mazi Charles, I want to say thank you for calling in and that wonderful contribution you made.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, so we have other callers. Let me see if I can respond to our brother, Mazi Solomon Peter, who is calling from Australia. Hello, Mazi. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mazi Patrick. Good morning from my end.
Yes, Mazi, I sent you a link. Except you want to come in through that link, you want to be part of this program, you have the opportunity to do so. So you can go to your messenger and click the link and join me if it's possible and be part, except you still want to talk to us via the telephone. But I would have loved that you join us because there are a series of calls coming via the telephone, and I would have suggested we leave the telephone for callers, except I have to get in touch with you through Skype while we leave the telephone for other callers. So I'm going to call you through Skype while we leave the phone for other callers.
Okay, thank you. You can do that, but it's very, very important. I make the contribution that I called to make in this very program.
Okay, let me call you on Skype, so you can make your contribution via Skype while we leave the line for other callers. Thank you very much, Mazi Solomon. I'll be getting in touch with you soon. Yes, so we have a caller who was trying to reach us from the US. Yes, so we have somebody who have been trying to reach us from the US. You can actually call in. The line is open. The line is open. I don't want to take much of your time. But if it requires us spending more time, I don't mind. As long as calls are coming in, people are contributing, I will give Biafrans the opportunity to express themselves. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. Tell us your name and where you're calling from, please.
Okay, I'm calling from Biafra land. Please, can I speak Igbo?
We have other Biafrans and the whole world is listening to us. So speaking Igbo might limit, our chances of getting the audience to understand.
Yeah, so, I'm sorry. I can't speak English. English is not my language, so I'm sorry for that. I want to use of my language, please.
Yeah, but Mazi, it would be nice if you cannot speak English. It's exceptional. But if you can speak English, you can also use the broken English, because we are transmitting to the world. Unfortunately, we don't have an interpreter here. But while we speak English is because we are communicating to a more wider audience. So I hope you just don't take offense with that. Go ahead, Mazi.
There's no problem. There's no problem. I'm calling from Biafra land. Please, there's some questions I want to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, this issue of amnesty, amnesty. Hope we understand the meaning of this political solution. Hope we understand the meaning.
Mazi, go ahead.
And also, I also want to ask, why is it that our leader told our barristers that he explained his condition to them, and they kept the whole thing with them all this while? They just came up on bring it up on 18th, because we all know very well that it was not on 18th that our leader told them to announce it into public. So I want to know if they reported to US, or they just kept it in on with themselves. That is what I want to understand. They kept it in
Mazi, when the barristers went to meet with our leader, were you there?
Okay, thank you very much. We are using our brain here, because our Barrister Jofo went to see our leader on 18th. Then the press release was before Barrister Jofo press release on 18th. Barrister Aloy has already published that one, meaning that it was not that 18th that it was published, that this came from our leader. So after this thing, Barrister Jofo later published his thing with our leader on 18th.
Mazi, it will be wrong for anybody to sit back and make assumptions. When you listen, you cannot use your brain. You cannot use your brain to create a story you don't know anything about. You cannot just sit in your bedroom and make calculations and make assumptions. When you look at the press statement that has to do with the condition of our leaders, it was stated that the leader of IPOB instructed his legal counsel to alert the world about what he was going through in detention. So the instruction was given to them as at the time that publication was made. So if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told them earlier what he was going through and told them not to talk about it, they don't have any right. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could tell them, look at what I'm going through, but just keep it to yourself for now. You know, so it is what the leader of IPOB asks them to do that they do. You know, everybody knows, you know, the way our people are showing surprise, you know, is that they are showing surprise as if somebody who is in detention is having a good time. Everybody knows that definitely this is what the leader of IPOB have been going through. He even went a worse situation than that in Kenya. You know, so coming out to exacerbate the situation, make it look as if it's a surprise. It's not a surprise to some of us because detention, solitary confinement is a serious situation. So anybody who is not coming out to say, but our leader is good, didn't you know? Do you need the lawyers to come and tell you that he's going through difficult time before you know about it? I mean, let us be discreet. Let us try to, you know, stop apportioning blame to everybody, because that is the narrative people try to sell. At every point in time, they are looking for who to blame. We should desist from this blame game and start seeking for solutions.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I still want to ask another question.
Go ahead.
Why is it that our HOD don't want to address us all this? Why?
Well, it is within the discretion of the head of Directorate of State to address Biafrans when he deem it fit and when he feels he has enough information to pass to Biafrans. You know, so you might be expecting him to address you today, but he could choose to address you based on the availability of information that is needed for you to hear. You know, so all we need to do, you know, Mazi, the problem with our people is that our people think that Biafra struggle is buying and selling. And our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have said it before, that the moment you come into the market, Ababa Soafia, they want to sell, and everybody is in a hurry. We must learn and understand that it takes process, and we must be patient. When the leadership have not spoken, we must be patient, and that is why some of us are also in the media to listen to your concern and address them. Go ahead, you have just 1 minute to go.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Then, hope our DOX, they are seeing comments on Facebook because people are not happy. Majority of us are not happy the way things are moving, and they don't care to listen to us. Is it the right thing to do? Listening to us.
Mazi, the job of the leadership is to listen to you, and they are listening to you. Not just listen, not listen. Mazi, listen to me. Their job is to listen to you, and they are listening to you. But listening to you takes an articulative process as well. It's not if they listen to everything that everybody have to say and act on what everybody have to say, there will be confusion because everybody has something to say. But what is important is that they listen to you, they articulate, they take the points, and they work with points that are reasonable and understandable. So that you are saying something doesn't mean they are not listening, but that they are not acting on what you're saying doesn't mean they are not listening. They are listening to you, they know the concerns of Biafran, but it takes a long articulative process for them to come to a conclusion. And that is what makes the difference between IPOB leadership and individuals who sit in their bedroom to make decisions for you. The leadership takes their time, they debate on every point, they process every information, because whatever information they are giving out must be accurate and must be well addressed accordingly. So it is a process that our people must get used to. Go ahead. And in fact, I'm letting you go because more calls are coming in. I want to say thank you for your contribution in that regard. Mazi Solomon, are you there?
Yes, Mazi Patrick, I am very much available. Yeah. Thank you very much for giving me a provision through via Skype to make a contribution. I greet Biafran all over the world, and I also greet the lovers of freedom, lovers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the haters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Bringing it to the center of extreme media's discussion today. So thank you very much. It doesn't matter your opinion, but we, the family of IPOB, have chosen to stand on the right path, no matter what, because your ability to absorb pressure is your ability to move forward. So if you are not able to absorb any pressure, you will be stagnant. So we are absorbing the pressure and we are moving forward. And none of our people is being left behind. Thank you. I will use this because we are going to have a very big program tomorrow, which complies so many people, and we will be educating Biafrans tomorrow. So I just want to use this very short time to brief us based on the kind of comment that people are making through this very program. And in the comment sections and the people who are making calls. And the Mazi part, I just have to commend you on how you have been able to cool down explaining to Biafrans that issues, based on the issues that are being raised. I just have to commend you. You are trying. Thank you very much. My name is Solomon Peter. So now I am coming in to say that the reason why you are getting this kind of comment and you are getting this kind of call where people have to use their position to judge the position of the leadership of IPOB. I heard the last caller who is saying they are not listening. And now that is in his position because he has concluded that the leadership are not listening. Whether the leadership are listening to him or not, him in his position has concluded they are not listening, even while they are listening. So these are just the narrative that some people who wanted to destroy the struggle of the Biafras are pushing in the public. And it is unfortunate that our people are buying into that very idea. Even though you are trying to put records straight, they will still come with their analog argument and reasonings to try to interfere or try to misinterpret what is happening. So for that reason, we must continue pushing the truth out there because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said we destroy them with the truth. We counter their narrative. That's what we do. It's not based on any jealous or wanting to comment on a person or call person's name, but we can see the level of the damages that the narrative that they are pushing out in the media have done to the life of our people and to the brain of our people. So there is no need for anybody who is genuine at this moment in pursuit for the freedom of Biafra to keep quiet. The narrative that are actually trying to bring our people back into Egypt. As when Moses were moving out from the land of Egypt with the children of Israel, they meet obstacle, and because the people they don't have the idea of absorbing pressure, they turn to Moses and say it's better we return back to Egypt. So the narrative that the peoples are pushing is the reason why so many of us want to go back to Egypt, to a place of bondage. They want to destroy the instrument of freedom that a man has laid down his life to hand over to them. They want to destroy it. They prefer going back to the place of bondage, to the place of confusion, where they will not know whether to go forward or backward. So, but I'm here to educate some people who were listening. Please, I want you to share this very program because what I'm about to tell you now is very educative and quite understandable. Now, the elders that went to Abuja, I will take it one after the other. The elders that went to Abuja did not go to Abuja to beg to withdraw court case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ndị akụrụ their brain engine. I want you to listen. They did not come to beg for the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be withdrawn from the court or to stop the court process. Regard to extraordinary renditions of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are not coming to beg for the federal government who are trying to prosecute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stop the process, the judiciary process that they are taking. No, they come. What they went to beg is the take of the executive on the matter. The take of executive on the matter, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have no reason to be in DSS dungeon, and in being in DSS dungeon is as good as denying him justice. Is denying him justice. He has no business to be in DSS dungeon. So the take of the executive on the matter is what the elders goes to beg. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not to stop, they are not begging to stop the judiciary process of the court case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is not. I don't know why the brain of our people this very time is very decaying. People cannot understand, they cannot read in between lines. Everybody comes out to yarn. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS dungeon. He is not supposed to be there, and that is the bold step that the elders took to stand with the executive that is keeping, because it's not the court that is keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon. It is the executive that kidnapped him, that kept him. And many of you have been in this very same country where your people, if it is your brother or your mother, most of you that are commenting here has paid ransom for the release of their brother or mother from the kidnappers. Why are you paying ransom? Why can't you now prove your right? Is it an illegal right for anybody to be kidnapped and be kept under the custody of the kidnappers? Why are you paying ransom? So the elders, they took a very fantastic step to meet with the executive. Some of you were sitting in Europe since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were kidnapped. You have never made an attempt to visit him in DSS dungeon. And if you step your leg in Nigeria as you are busy yamming your mouth wherever you are, if you step your leg right now in Nigeria, they will keep you even in worse place than the DSS dungeon where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. If you are, as you are yamming your mouth in Europe and wherever you are, if you are strong as you, why can't you go down to Nigeria to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, change his clothes, and give him a new clothes to wear? And be the one that will bring the information to the people of the state of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you never make any attempt. You are just afraid and you are in comfort of your room, confusing people and selling a wrong narrative to the public without knowing the strategies that are being applied. They beg, and that is their position, because it's not in their power to walk in there and bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. It's not in their power. So if it's not in their power, the only option they are left with is to beg on their knees. Is to beg, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is not the best place for him. If that is where you are wishing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you come late. That is
Mazi, hold on. Mazi, hold on. We have a caller who have been waiting for over 8 minutes. Hello, caller on WhatsApp, please. Thank you for your patience.
No problem.
Yeah, Mazi, hold on, and I hope you are hearing the caller. Can you hear him?
Yes, I'm hearing.
I'm hearing what Mazi Solomon is saying. You know, I want to contribute based on what the last caller. I don't know, these people, if their brain is still on autopilot, our brain is still intact. Our brain don't have anything to do with autopilot. You see, let me just give an example of what happened in the Bible during the time of Moses, when he climbed to the mountain to go and get the 10 Commandments. And before he will come back, they have molded a golden calf and started praying. This is exactly what is happening. This man gave instruction. This man taught us for many years. These foolish people that just come and join this struggle during COVID-19 want us to do whatever they want or whatever their mind is telling them that is necessary. I don't really know how some people think. I don't really know. They think that they are too wiser than other people or what? Or they have ammunition to fight Nigerian zoo. They don't know that this man has made them that this struggle, the way it's going, they are not going to shoot a single gun, but the struggle with it. But none of them has ever listened about that thing he said. They want us to go and please,
Anytime you people are doing something and this type of people called, just cut them off. We don't want to be here.
No, Mazi, we have a responsibility. Our
They should go
responsibility.
to their channel. They have autopilot.
Listen. If you are in my position and you have the gift that I have to talk to the public and address Biafrans, I can tell you that personally I have a special gift, and God created me for a day like this. And when I see our people come to show their frustrations, to express their disappointment in their own view, it is my duty to attend to them, attend to their need, and address them. If I have to be angry to our people, at the end of the day, we won't make any headway. So what we have to do is to dissect some of these worries. If you ask me, the worries are there. The worries are there. And we cannot ignore, and we cannot chase our people away. We have a very big responsibility. And this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done over the years. We've even seen people call into his program to ask certain stupid questions. We consider them the questions stupid, but to the person who is asking those questions are very, very important. So, but as far as we are concerned, we'll continue to address every concern of every Biafran. We'll continue to give them the reassurance that the leadership of IPOB is doing what it should be doing at this point in time. Not everybody will understand. There are people who want to see physical result before they believe. There are people who want to see Biafra even come before they believe. But our duty is to continue to reassure them that as long as they stand and continue to support the leadership of IPOB, that is the only way we can get to our destination. We should not allow anybody to distract us with their questions and all that. But I think I have a duty not to be angry. Rather, my job is to put a smile on every question and give response to them. Mazi, do you have any question or you have a yes, Mazi Solomon.
Yes, I am here.
Go ahead.
I am with you. Okay, thank you very much. Mazi Patrick, I must commend you again because it takes a man like you and with your kind of temperament to be able to be sitting down here and hearing all manner of questions and the comments and be still relaxed to respond to them. So what I'm trying to push out to our people is this: a journey of 1,000 miles start with a step. Anytime something come up, we should look to the genuine direction in which that story or that movement or that step is being taken from. What does it stand to achieve? It's not in the position of the elders of Biafran land to go into DSS dungeon to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. For the matter of fact, the executive arm of the government of Nigeria are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon, not by the order of the court, but by their sole wish. So therefore, the best that the elders could do in their position is to go on their knee to make sure that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is commenced. It does not take him away from facing his court cases. It does not take him away because in the first place, he is not supposed to be in DSS dungeon. That is not the right place for him to be, even at this moment that he's facing trial. So, and it's not in the power of the elders to close the court case for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Neither is it in the position of the executive. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can still be a free man and at the same time going for his trial. And at the same time, his court case goes on. So, they should not jump two things together. Releasing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is different from the court case and the trial that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is facing. So what the elders are asking for is for his fundamental right that should have given to him without any controversy. That is what the elders are begging, and it is in their position to beg at this very time because they don't have any other power. There is no other power allocated to them to have done otherwise than to go on their knee and they play the role of respect to the executive. Play a role of, even if there is something they discussed behind and say, okay, you guys should come and present it as a big. That is the right thing to do. Even if as you
Mazi, hold on. We have a caller. Maybe this caller might be able to be in a position to respond to this caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. Can you please tell us your name?
Good evening.
Yeah, can you please speak up?
My name is Chinenye.
Chinenye, welcome to the program. Please speak up so that Biafrans can hear you. You're live and direct. Go ahead and make your contribution.
Okay.
Or ask your questions.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Or correct the mindset of, and also correct the mindset of some of our people who are falling sheepishly for the deceit of Simon Ekpa and Simon and the rest of them. Please, there are critical questions that they must ask. Why I'm calling on your show is because.
Go ahead. Somebody continue to call me directly. I've told you if you want to call, please call WhatsApp.
Maybe you're going to mention Simon Ekpa's name. Can you hear me?
Mazi, go ahead, please.
Okay. One of the previous caller that called before this last person that was trying to drop his.
Please stop calling on the direct line.
But I want to speak out. Yes, I want to speak in the mind of this person right now. If you can hear me, you that has called before, and many of you that are following Simon Ekpa, listen very well carefully. Few days ago, in Simon and Simon Ekpa started raising fund for ESN. I want to ask, I've called on Mazi Biafran Child's show this morning, asking the same question. Please, I want to know, is there any other ESN in IPOB apart from the ESN being controlled by the head of directorates and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Mazi, there is no other ESN. The instruction is that any fundraising should go to every local zone at the moment until a definite account is made available. So anybody who is contributing to any other platform is risking their fund. You know, you don't have to hold IPOB responsible for whatever fund you give out willingly to, because the instruction is there open that if you want to make a contribution to ESN, in my zone where I worship as an IPOB member, we have a donation coming in December, and that is how it's been scheduled. Every zone have their fundraising, you know. So anybody who is coming online to tell you I donate for without the clarification of IPOB leadership, if you are donating there, you are just giving them your money for free. You know, so that is
exactly what
we are not telling them. We are not telling anybody, Mazi. We are not telling anybody not to give their money. It is your right to give your money to whoever you want to give.
Yes.
But anybody who is telling you in the name of ESN, make clarification from IPOB leadership before you make donation. You have just 1 minute.
Yes. What I want our people to understand is that IPOB ESN is being controlled or managed by the Directorate of State, and their present commander right now in DOS is Mazi Chinasa in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So therefore, the people who are telling you to donate money for ESN, and these are the same people that have issues that have been calling DOS name for since inception. These people, after collecting this money, do you think that they are going to remit the money to the IPOB ESN? Then the answer is no. So you people should use your head, use your tongue, and count your teeth.
Mazi, anybody that wants, after all, we had a situation where a musician asked his friend to donate money for him recently in the zoo, and people donated money to him. So you can donate money to your friend. You can donate money to support your friend. It's not a big deal. But know that whatever money you give to ESM must go through the right channel, approved by the Directorate of State. Mazi, thank you for that contribution.
Okay, thank you. Have a great
Thank you, Wanda. Thank you. Mazi Solomon, are you still there?
Yes, Mazupa, thank you very much. So we must continue to commend the elders on the bold step they took to even make an appointment with the executive arm of the government of Nigeria, who are heading Mazi illegally, to even to have gone there, because with a strategy they know best, that they don't want no for an answer. So they use the best strategy of which they wanted to use to achieve their own goal. Release of Mazi Kanu is what they went for, and not for the court case, because it's not under their power or under the power of the executive to cancel the court case of Mazi Kanu. So it's still on, and if they wish to continue, they will definitely prove their case in the court, and Mazi Kanu will also have the opportunity to prove his own case in the court. But as that case goes on, every right that Mazi Kanu deserves must be given to him, and that is the beginning of justice. So, and that is what the elders and the executive are coming together to achieve, and the leadership of IPOP have no option than to give them their support, because Mazi Kanu should be a free man in the first place. There is no law that should be applied for Mazi Kanu to remain in DSS dungeon, except what the executive wishes, and the elders has taken bold steps on that very direction. We must learn how to encourage positive steps. It doesn't matter how weak that contribution is, but as long as that contribution stands to give us a positive result, rather than the people who will sit down in their comfort zone, yamming, and they are not even ready to take a step or any risk. Because for months now, I've been watching people who felt like they are tough, but they have never made any step, because since months that Mazi Kanu has kidnapped, those people who feel very passionate about Mazi Kanu supposed to have denied themselves their own freedom, and they walk back to Nigeria and they speak up and take action that they are demanding from other people to take, and see what their condition should be, and the people who are listening to them will also see that these people, they are ready to go beyond sitting in their comfort zone and the additional counter order and all the rest of the thing. So that is just the education I want to give our people as to regard to the move of our elders. They are in a right direction, and we must applaud them for that. Now, again, I wanted to say that they themselves going there to beg the executive for the release of Mazi Kanu does not in any way represent we coming down from our demand. This is their position, and we have taken our position for the long time, and the executive government of Nigeria, they know our stand. So if they are coming to discuss what we are agitating for, they know where to stand. Our demand is the referendum that Mazi Pat is actually discussing here. We want the people to decide by themselves whether to be in Nigeria or to have other possible means of governing themselves, of which we have put Biafra on the table. We want to vote for Biafra. So therefore, if in a referendum where they vote us out for not having Biafra, then we know democratically we have followed a due process.
Mazi, we have a caller. I have to take some exception to call, but hello, welcome to the program. Good evening.
My brother Patrick, you are doing a great job. My name is Kinsilo Zibo, calling from Morocco.
Kinsilo Zibo, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. You see, what we are doing is in IPOB, I'm not talking because you people are even there before me, but what we understand is normal, because you see, media is now working with those you people that are talking about. They are working with them, because I know how these people are causing a very big pain into the struggle, but it means that They are heading somewhere that even I think the autopilot want to bring all the Southerners back to the one called Nigeria to live in peace or in pieces because they are based on the war struggling. Struggle that they try to divide themselves. I mean, it has a double agent that is fighting even from the Western world, sponsoring those people to destroy this noble family. I'm telling you the fact, you don't believe because if we check all the freedom fighter, both the Pan Africans, but you know that they must call for we, and we already know that these people will come through our means, through our own blood, through our own evil pride to destroy. So now you can never expect a president or a prime minister to give an address to the public without his DOS organized. I mean, so nobody can bring that kind of a flower agenda. We know that this is an agent of darkness. So my people don't need to hide anything from nobody because even though now you write anything against those who are speaking against the Facebook public, why are they that? And those people have to be out to show you that they are fighting to Biafra. No. That is something fishing. So we don't need to hide our feeling. Right now I've been hearing your voice in the radio from my dear friend. That region very unified. So with the brother of Solomon, the rest, we are heading because they can never quench my dear. We suffer the Lord.
Maz, it's like you are on speak out. It's like you are on speak out. Your phone is on speak out.
Yes.
Can you please remove it from speak out because the echo is too much? And you have just 1 minute. You have 1 minute.
Use us as a slave. We have no even common right in our land, in our midst. And this thing you see they're doing now, the DOS shows these people that red dragon, that this Anambra election. And now these people now start to run around. They know that if they can leave us, my dear, we are going to head even to the north is going to be a child play. We are going to impose and make sure that people are living a good life. And in any day they know that yes, we are ready to be in power. You will be responsible for the city. You will be responsible for those people that you are leading. If you are not there and you are there for the Western colonization or other people, no, that is why, I mean.
Mazi, thank you for that contribution. Thank you very much. Mazi, this person, I don't know what he's saying. It's confusing to me. I can't even grasp what he's saying. You know, so Mazi Solomon, before we round up, I've received series of calls, people who are trying to reach me. Let me see if I can take this call. I think he called back. He called earlier. Let me see if there is something new he has to say. And hello, caller. You called in earlier on.
Yeah, I want to speak with you about the security business. So I would like after the broadcast we'll talk. Maybe
thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. We have another caller. We have a caller, but the caller is gone. If you are calling, please call in because we'll be rounding up the program. We had a caller who is trying to reach us. And Mazi Solomon, we are talking about the referendum. As we all know, the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have put all the machineries in place for Biafrans to continue making their demands. So Mazi, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out tomorrow and decides to retire, what will be the position of Biafrans in this agitation?
We cannot even start imagining such a thing. So, because in this agitation, we are facing with the realities, not imaginations. Okay? So, and every price we paid is based on the reality. So there is no way we can be able to throw ourselves, and that is the reason we are giving upper hand to those people who are pushing negative narrative against the actions that the leadership are taking, and against the actions that so many people who are complying with the leadership of IPOB are taking right now, giving a wrong narrative to their actions and to their decisions. Now, I can see all over even the media, you can see a lot of people watching them.
Caller, hold on, please.
Watching them and listening to them, preaching and pushing the narrative that they want to give amnesty, that they are discussing.
Caller, hold on, please, hold on. Mazi Solomon, go ahead.
That they are discussing amnesty with Mazi Nandekano. Where? I don't know who is bringing this news to them, but they will just out of exaggerations. They will bring out a topic and they will be deliberating with it, and people will be responding. Who is talking about amnesty here? And what is going to be the basic of the amnesty that they are discussing? But they will just want to play with the mind of the people. Now, they say that sit at home every Monday. They want to give pressure for Nigeria to release Mazi Nandekano, not to cancel the court case of Mazi Nandekano. And out of the pressure that they are giving every Monday sit at home, the elders has reason. They have come to use another instrument to get Mazi Nandekano out, because everybody is fighting towards the release of Mazi Nandekano first, before the court case or before the trials commence. And now, the people wanted to achieve the release of Mazi Nandekano. They now wanted to turn it, that they are discussing amnesty, that they are discussing, they are signing papers for Biafran struggle. They are signing contracts. Do you see how these people wanting to destroy the mind of our people? Because that is the way the feeble mind reasons. The feeble minds, they always wonder about. That's why the Bible says that those that are not stable in their faith, that wandered about in their mind, they cannot obtain anything from God. Empty drum make the highest noise. The feeble mind will always want to wander in the field of imaginations, and these people are taking advantage of it to be touring with their mind.
Hello, Mazi. Let's take a call. Let's take a caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Yes. Am I live now?
You're live and direct. Go ahead and make your contribution.
All right, Mazi. I just want to commend your efforts and your tenacity, and all hardcore IPOB members and media personnel. I would like to say, today, good Shabbat to all hardcore IPOB and all Biafrans. Also, I just want to let us know that
Yes.
Patrick Hakeem joined.
Yes. Just a moment, please. So I think I'm back. But I'm having double. Just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Please bear with me. I'm echoing. Okay. Yeah, I'm having difficulties, guys. But just hold on. I've got to sort it out. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I think I'm having difficulties.
Yes, you have echo all that.
Yeah, I'm having echo. I'm having even
Can I drop and call you back?
Okay, yes, you can drop and call back, please. Thank you very much. So guys, please be patient with me. Let me see if I can sort the situation out here.
Oko shepi and then G, le kwasa. Shepi, fly for your man there. It is late. I never.
Purchase your tracks today.
We not gonna sit down the look. Make them come report our girls. Everybody, we rise up. We no fighting, we are just up. No be so. No be so. We gonna share. Every day, people just a show. So family was wiped out by Fulanis. So killing boy used to call them terrorists. We touch them the canoe, you go cause war. We touch it on the bow, you go cause war. Makana Brugo no Nandika Wamunelua. And I will find for another. It's not the time we go change for them. Change for them, tell them we know this. When you go pull your book, they might not tire Abayo. Igbo people have been marginalized. IPOBs have been brutalized. We not go sit down there.
Purchase your tracks today.
Make them come kill all of us. We not go sit down there. Look. We not take our life. We not go sit down there. Look.
Yes, we're back. We're back, and the echo continues. Very, very unfortunate.
The sun went back again.
Obo Shepi and then G, Kushile Kwasa. Oshepi, fly by your man.